Intro. The charm you didn't notice. There are people who walk into a room and instantly command attention. They are confident, magnetic, unapologetically bold. You admire their certainty. You're drawn to their intensity. But what if I told you that behind some of that charm lies something darker, something psychologists call the Dark Triad? And the truth about it is far more unsettling than most people realize. Part 1. What is the Dark Triad? The Dark Triad isn't a mental illness. It's a combination of 3 personality traits: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. Individually, each trait can exist on a spectrum, but when they cluster together, they create a personality driven by power, manipulation, and emotional detachment. And here's the disturbing part. People high in these traits don't always look like villains. Sometimes they look like leaders. Part 2. Narcissism, the hunger for admiration. Narcissism is not just vanity. It's a deep psychological hunger, a constant need for admiration, validation, superiority. A narcissistic mind doesn't just want attention, it believes it deserves it. At first, they seem inspiring, they speak with certainty, they dream big. But slowly, something shifts. Criticism becomes an attack, boundaries become threats, other people become tools for ego reinforcement. And if you stop feeding their admiration, you become disposable. Part 3. Machiavellianism, the master of strategy. If narcissism is about ego, Machiavellianism is about calculation. Named after the political thinker Niccolo Machiavelli, this trait revolves around manipulation, strategy, and emotional detachment. A Machiavellian person doesn't explode in anger. They observe, they plan, they wait. They understand human weaknesses, and they use them. Trust for them is not sacred, it's a tactic. They don't seek admiration, they seek control. And often, you don't realize you're being played until the game is already over. Part 4. Psychopathy, the absence of empathy. Psychopathy is perhaps the most misunderstood. It's not always violence, it's not always crime. Sometimes it's simply this: a chilling lack of empathy, a reduced capacity for guilt, fearlessness, emotional coldness. Where others hesitate, they act. Where others feel remorse, they justify. This makes them appear bold, resilient, unshakable under pressure. But it also makes them dangerous in subtle ways. Because when you remove empathy from ambition, you remove limits. Part 5. Why the Dark Triad can be attractive. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The Dark Triad traits can be rewarded. In competitive environments, confidence beats doubt. In power structures, ruthlessness can outpace kindness. Research shows that people high in these traits often rise quickly in leadership roles. They take risks others avoid. They make decisions without emotional paralysis. And in the short term, they win. But here's what most people don't see. Part 6. The hidden cost. The Dark Triad is powerful, but it is unstable. Narcissism fractures relationships. Machiavellianism destroys trust. Psychopathy erodes loyalty. Over time, people begin to notice. The charm feels rehearsed. The empathy feels absent. The loyalty feels one-sided. And slowly, all that power built on manipulation starts collapsing under isolation. Because even the most strategic mind cannot manipulate genuine connection forever. Part 7. The Dark Triad in everyday life. The truth is, you won't always find the Dark Triad in criminals. You might find it in a toxic partner who gaslights you, in a boss who takes credit and shifts blame, in a friend who only calls when they need something. They don't always shout, Sometimes they whisper. They don't always dominate. Sometimes they charm. And the most dangerous part, they can make you question your own perception. Part 8. Do we all have a dark side? Now here's the deeper question. Are these traits purely evil, or are they exaggerated versions of instincts we all carry? A small amount of narcissism can build confidence. A touch of Machiavellian thinking can improve strategy. Fearlessness can help us take bold action. The problem isn't the existence of these traits, it's the absence of balance. Without empathy, power becomes exploitation. Without conscience, ambition becomes destruction. Part 9. How to protect yourself. Understanding the Dark Triad is not about paranoia, it's about awareness. Watch patterns, not promises. Notice how someone reacts to criticism. Observe how they treat people with no power. Pay attention to whether empathy feels real or rehearsed. And most importantly, trust your discomfort. Your intuition often detects manipulation before your logic does. Outro. The real truth. The truth about the Dark Triad personality is not that monsters exist. It's that charm can mask control. Confidence can hide insecurity. Fearlessness can conceal emptiness. And sometimes the most dangerous personalities don't look dark at all. They look successful. They look inspiring. They look powerful. Until you realize the cost of their power was never theirs to pay.